Wow, Biz Nebraska is brought to you by a consulting firm here in the Omaha, Nebraska area called NEWbraska. Now, this organization works across the entire state of Nebraska, and one thing about them is particularly unusual. They're a consulting firm, they're a training firm. There are different organizations like that, of course, everywhere. But what these people do is very unusual in the sense that they work with businesses, particularly called business transformation, and they work with civic and municipal organizations helping to revitalize existing communities. So these are two kind of, in most cases, those are considered very, very diverse, somewhat unrelated categories. But here in the state of Nebraska, NEWbraska understands how these two elements kind of come together and need to move up, by the way. And I think that's the key idea, that if I understand correctly, NEWbraska is really all about revitalization. We'll call it transformation, we'll call it new. And when you say new, you're really talking about innovation. If you talk to young people in the state of Nebraska, some of them leave, as you might know. If you ask them why, they'll say, you know, they're not too innovative here in the state. We like the state, we like the people, they're good people, but they tend to not innovate sufficiently to be competitive. We like to innovate. Digital, of course, is part of the whole innovation paradigm, if you will. So innovation is the key factor for success in our economy today, the ability to adapt, the ability to be kinetic. It's a key word, man. Kinetic, the ability to be agile, to be adaptive, as I said before, to respond quickly, to anticipate, to mold, to meld, to become whatever the marketplace wants. That's what a kinetic company does. And NEWbraska helps organizations here in the state of Nebraska learn how to do that, how to think in that way, opportunistically, malleably. What do we need to do and be to attract this kind of investment or these kinds of customers or these kinds of workers? So often today, if you talk to a civic or municipal planner, they'll say, look, this is what we are, this is how we do things around here. Here's this building downtown, this is what we want in that building. And people will congratulate those people because they seem to know what they're talking about and they have a clear-cut idea. But that rigidity and that assumption, that pre-thinking, so to speak, where they've got it all planned out, and yet the world is not coming there, the businesses are not coming there, and they're sitting there and falling behind, frankly, a little bit. So NEWbraska exists, again, the first syllable's new, so you know what's coming, to help them rethink what it is that we're trying to do here in this community, who are we trying to attract, and if we're trying to attract these people over here, maybe young professionals, what do we have to do downtown to make them attractive? What do we have to do? We have to have greenery. We have to have a pedestrian thing here on the main street. Maybe we have to have shared living downtown on the main street. There's a real issue with affordable housing, as you know, across the entire country here in Nebraska. And there are people, mostly singles perhaps, but not necessarily. And through contemporary and clever redesign of downtown, wherever it is, I don't care, Wayne, Broken Bow, Alliance, Fairbury, Nebraska City, doesn't really matter. All those communities need to have a revitalized, energized downtown. There's a way to get that done, and the NEWbraska people know how to get that done as well. All right, so that's the sponsor to our show. We're happy and grateful that NEWbraska is sponsoring this particular show. Thank you so much, and look into NEWbraska.com. Check out the site. Maybe you'd like to be connected to those people.